What is going on, Badger fans? We got that dude, Rukeem Stroud, huge member of the 2025 class, joining us. Rukeem, I just want to start here. We had a little bit of issue, but we're kind of starting over, but we didn't miss much. What does it feel like to be a Wisconsin Badger commit?
It feels good. I've been getting shown a lot of love. It feels good all in one. I love it.
Where'd you celebrate? After you committed, did you go out to eat? Like, how did you celebrate that?
So
And what does
after I
that feeling feel
celebrated,
like?
after after I committed, I had to hop back on the fight. It was a long fight. So when I got back home, I fell asleep, and then I woke up that morning. My phone was just getting flooded. But it felt great though.
Take me inside, dude. I want to talk about your game, but take me really quick for those of us that don't have that life experience inside the life of a D1 athlete. When you say your phone is getting blown up, like how many messages on Twitter, Instagram, text are you getting?
So Twitter, I got like 15 unread messages. Instagram, I got like 40 unread. And like my regular iMessage, I got 500.
How do you even get through that?
Yeah, I just pick and choose. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I
I just
love it. All right, let's talk about your game quick. The film, athletic, fast, 6 foot, 170 pounds, track guy. Um, Give us a scouting report on your game.
I'm a man-to-man corner. I'm real versatile. I can really do anything the coach asks me to do, so I could do it all.
What about the talent you're playing? Like, I always feel like Florida cornerbacks, because you're going up against a little more speed on the outside, a little more skill. I feel like that sharpens you a little bit.
It do. The skill I'm playing at is a high level. Going against good receivers like Santonio Isaac, Dallas Wilson, they practice every day. It just makes you better. So, and them two are the best receivers in the country. So if you could guard them, then you could go up against anybody.
Talk to me about what you're working on now. Like, what's the next step for you in your game?
Well, improving my off man coverage. That's gonna be the main focus. And then I could also still sharpen up my man to man coverage too.
So what is that going to look like for you? It's like for the off season when you're trying to improve your off man coverage. Like, are there specific drills you're working on? Film study? Like, what are you working on specifically?
First I would just look at the minor mistakes that I'm making, and then when I go on the field, we do some drills to help me fix the mistakes that I'm doing.
Okay. Talk to me about the hands, because multiple pick sixes on your game, on your film. I feel like, and I was having this conversation with somebody else who comes on the show. I feel like you could play receiver if you wanted to.
Yeah, and Lily, I used to play receiver, so the hands was always there. So yeah, that stands out.
When did the switch to cornerback happen? Was that something you wanted to do, or did you have a coach that said, "Nah, I think you're a corner long term"?
Well, yeah, I always wanted to play both ways, but the switch to cornerback was really my when I got my freshman year in high school. That's when I made that switch.
And no looking back.
No looking back.
Talk to me about, so one of the things in the Big Ten, right, comes to the Big Ten, there are physical teams, great
Yeah.
receivers, great offenses, but there's also big receivers, tight ends, running
Yep.
backs. Talk to me about accepting that challenge from a physical standpoint as a corner.
But I'm a dog, so I'm gonna do whatever. When I get up there, I'm gonna get bigger and stronger. Then once that happens, I'm gonna be able to compete with anybody.
So what are you working on, like from a leadership standpoint? Like, how would you describe yourself as a leader in the team, in the locker room, on the sidelines, that kind of stuff?
Well, me myself, like I'm more like on the quiet side. I don't really talk that much, but once we get on the field, I'm letting everybody hear. Uplifting everybody, just really being a supportive teammate on the field.
Yeah, I can see that in clips, right? When you make a big play, there was a play where a teammate had a pick, and you were like going crazy,
Yeah.
losing your mind. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like you need some of that as a cornerback, right? You need some of that.
Yes, sir. You do for sure.
So talk to me a little bit about. I want to get into the recruitment a little bit.
Mhm.
When did Wisconsin kind of first reach out, and do you know how they found you? Like, what was their first eval of you? Do you know?
I know the first text message I got was in November, like during lunch. They text me on Twitter asking was I free. So when I got that text message, I just kind of knew they was gonna offer me. But when I got that call, they didn't. When they first called me, they didn't offer me. They had to check back with my head coach to see what type of player I am, and then that's when they didn't offer me. Like 2, 3 days later.
What do you think your head coach says about you? Because obviously that went well. He obviously thinks highly of you.
Well, I know he tells me I'm a great kid. I'm going to compete, and I'm just a dog that's just gonna do whatever. So Yeah, I think that's what he told him.
Talk to me about I know these are people that every recruit coming to Madison deals with a lot, talks to a lot. Pat Lambert and Max Stienecker. Talk to me about those two guys.
Them two did a great job recruiting me. Like they text me almost every day. They showed a lot of love, and you made it like sure that I knew that I was a top priority. So they did a good job while recruiting for sure.
And you're a player that had, I always find this interesting because you could have gone to a lot of places, right? You had
Yeah.
offers from multiple conferences, big powerhouse teams. How do you narrow that down? Like, how do you go from this big list to just 2 or 3 schools and then make that final decision?
Well, I say it was really all about connections. You know, like some schools they'll just offer you just to offer you just to say, oh, I offer this kid and that kid, but they don't really build a relationship with you. So relationships play a big role in this recruitment, and Wisconsin stayed on me. So that's how I was able to narrow it down to them 2 to 3 schools.
Do other schools have like a version of Pat and Max? Like, do they have somebody who is in, or are Pat and Max just pretty unique in the recruiting world?
No, they just top tier. Another school, like schools that I have, they really weren't like Pat and Max. Like Pat and Max, they take me almost every day. So I don't really think another school got another Pat and Max.
That's awesome. And that's what a lot of recruits say. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Coach Haynes too, the cornerbacks coach up there. What was your impressions of Coach Haynes? What have those discussions been like?
Nah, he real straight up dude. You know, it was cool. Like Coach Hayes, he's a cool dude, but he real honest and upfront. Like he ain't gonna lie to you. So he gonna tell you some good things too. And we chatted up. We talked about the defense and the role that they trying to have you do, and the plan for me to get developed as a player too.
Did you feel like some schools, because you just mentioned, I certainly would never ask for any names, but you said they were real with me. They were honest. They're truthful. Did it feel like some schools were maybe kind of just blowing smoke a little bit?
Yeah, it was a couple of schools that was blowing.
Hmm. What's the best part about the recruiting process and what's the worst part?
I say the worst part is it's kind of stressful because it's like you gotta. It's a lot. It's a lot you gotta do, and then I say the best part is when you commit and then like all that pressure back up off you. But then a couple schools, try to contact you and get you to do what they do. But yeah, the best part is when all that pressure just get released.
What does that feel? Does that feel like a literal weight, like off your chest?
Yeah, it do a lot. I feel like a lot.
That's awesome, man. Congrats again on that. Um,
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about those final calls. Like, I think and again, having never been in your shoes, man, I think one of the hardest parts would be saying no to schools that you have really good relationships with, because you had good relationships with schools outside of Wisconsin too. That had to be really
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, it did. I had a good relationship with Pitt and South Florida, but the visit just took over. Like it was top tier, so I felt like I was meant to be home, and then I just committed.
Well, let me ask you about the visit, because that's a question we got from a couple people. T Badger and Bird Dog are both wanting to know, like, what was the official visit like? Can you run us through the schedule, what you guys did?
Well, I know I think the first day we wake up like we ate breakfast and stuff, and then that's when we went out with the players. We went to Coach Fick house. We went bowling, and then that Saturday they have like this little Badger Bash thing inside the facility, like a whole bunch of games and stuff. And then we ended up playing laser tag, and then we had the photo shoot. And
You ready for a quick lightning round question? A couple fast ones. You want me to wrap it up?
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. First one here. EA Sports coming on with college football game. Are you going to play as Wisconsin? Just play as yourself?
yes, for sure, I am.
What should be? Give me some of your EA Sports ranks here. What should be your speed?
All right, my speed it should be a 95.
Give me hands.
Hands, I give it a 90.
Go up on that one. Give me acceleration.
Acceleration, I'm gonna go 97.
That's a good one. And then tackling. What's your tackling going to be on there?
Tackling, I'm gonna go 85. I'm gonna go 85.
I like it. What's the worst game of football you've ever played? Can you think back to a game you played where you're like, oh, God, I didn't have it.
I'm gonna say Madden 20. Madden 20.
Never had it.
Never had it.
What's your comfort food? Something you eat when you got to feel better.
Shoot, I'll go to Chipotle.
Yeah, that's a
Go
good
get
one.
me a bowl.
What's your pregame walk-up song? Like something that gets you hype?
I'll be Skrilla by Kodak.
I love it, man. What's a take football out of the realm? Like, what's a hidden talent? Something else you're good at?
Shoot. Top golf.
Oh, I love it. Give me somebody who's inspired you, like a mentor in your life.
A mentor. I'm gonna say my mom and dad.
Very cool. How are they feeling with the Wisconsin commitment? Family on board?
Yeah, they was like, okay, so like when I was up there, I didn't really know if I wanted to commit or not. But them, like they was already feeling it, so they already had the feeling like, yeah, they wanted me to commit. But once I felt that we all came together and made that decision, and they was happy, they loved it.
Who's your host on the OV?
I had Jonas. I was with
Cool.
Jonas, RJ Delancey.
Okay. Last two here. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shoot, the whole Wisconsin staff. They did a great job. The whole Wisconsin staff.
That's awesome, man. And then last one here. Message for Badger fans.
You know I'm coming soon, ready to compete and be a Badger.
Dude, I love it. On Wisconsin, man. How can people follow you? I have your Twitter account linked down below. Anywhere else people can jump on and follow you?
Instagram, STROUD5_.
Dude, we appreciate the time. We're going to be cheering along for sure the senior season, but he's Rukeem Stroud, 4-star cornerback, 4.4 time, blazing speed, a great addition to that 25 class. Rukeem, thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Yes, sir.